Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. Today I'm making dinner, so just thought I'd go on live and show everyone kind of the whole process from start to finish. Today I'm making some Bolivian beef stew, so I will show you guys how I make the rice. Everything's gonna be made in the pressure cooker. So I'm just gonna wait a second, let it all heat up, and we'll wait for some extra people to join in. Hi from cold North Carolina. Hi from cold North Carolina. It is cold up here I'm in the Northeast. It is freezing. I am not a winter girly, so yeah, it is cold. I was looking at Texas too, and it is way colder than I imagined. So what's the temperature like in North Carolina? I can't even imagine. I'm actually going to the Smoky Mountains soon, so I'm pretty excited. But I'm oh my God, it's actually really cold in Tennessee and North Carolina. So that'll be interesting. Today I'm making some Bolivian beef stew. It's also called asado en la olla. And so today I'm showing you how to make it in the pressure cooker. I'm obsessed with my pressure cooker. I posted a video about it and I'm obsessed with this thing. I'm using it nonstop. I really don't know why I waited so long to get a pressure cooker. It's ridiculous. This is the best kitchen device ever. So if you don't have a pressure cooker, make sure you get one. Coastal North Carolina is 42. Yeah, it's, I don't even know what the temperature is outside right now. 36, it's 36 here. So yeah, it's really, really cold. And a beef stew is the perfect thing for a cold day. So let's jump in. So I am preheating my pressure cooker right now. I'm just waiting for it to preheat. It's on the saute function, and the pressure cooker that I'm using, it's the Instant Pot Pro. This one has a bunch of different functions on it, and I'm using the saute function right now. Also, if you guys don't know, I learned this from TikTok, so thank you, TikTok University. There's a little thing here, and you're supposed to put it in the Instant Pot so the lid stays up. That's genius. I always thought that you would have to put it down, but no, it's designed properly so that you can just leave it all there and you don't have everything lying around your kitchen. So again, this is preheating on the saute to high. And then once it is hot, I'm gonna show you guys how I make rice. I've posted a video about this, so if you haven't watched that video, make sure to save it. This is a great, easy rice. I don't know why rice is my only vice. It's just a difficult thing. I can cook, I can bake, but making rice is for some reason the most complicated thing. So I like to use jasmine rice. Make sure you get good jasmine rice. You can get the organic one, the ones that are in the bag. I go to Mom's Organic Grocery Store. If you have that, it's a great organic grocery store. And I get my rice from there, just from whatever your local rice is. And this is jasmine rice. And once this gets hot, and again, we're heating it on high on the saute mode, you're gonna make sure that you have some olive oil. So I have my olive oil here. It is almost hot. It does take a moment to heat up, but it is definitely worth it to make the rice here. That's my preference, to make rice in here. Where is everyone from? Make sure to drop in the chat where you're from. We have someone from North Carolina. I am on the Northeast, where it is freezing. I am so not a winter person. It's already snowed here, which is also crazy because I am not used to it snowing so early in the year. I feel if anyone else is from the Northeast, it hasn't snowed until January, and now it's snowing in November, December, or I guess it's not November, it's December. Time is flying, guys. But I don't like the snow, you know? I like to be cozy and warm, and I like to be outside, and this cold weather is preventing from doing that. But we're making a beef stew to at least combat the cold, have some delicious warm stew to warm us up. So this is on saute, it's on high, it is now hot. What I'm gonna do is put a little bit of olive oil directly in here. We're just drizzling some in, give it a moment to heat up. And we are going to toast our rice. I do not rinse the rice ahead of time. I like to toast it to help get out some of that starch that is coating the outside. And I'm gonna be doing, for today, since I'm making a stew and I wanna have some rice, you know, some leftover rice or just enough. I'm gonna be doing 1.5 cups of rice. So I'm just going to sprinkle 1.5 cups. This is enough for 2 people, maybe 3, 4 people, depending on how much rice you eat. So, also, I absolutely love these containers. They're by OXO, or OXO, I don't know, OXO. Love it, it's like really great to keep my rice in there. Okay, so we are going to saute this rice. Make sure it is coated, all of that olive oil is coating our rice. And we are gonna wait for it to get like a golden toasted color. It doesn't have to be every single seed, of course. It's not, or not seed, or grain, I should say, sorry. It doesn't have to be every single one. It just needs to be toasted. All right, so I like to give that a stir, give it a second to heat up. It will take a moment for the rice to start actually like warming up as it's cooking. And welcome to everyone who has joined the live. Make sure to follow. I post food content across all of the channels. All the links are in my bio of all my social media, and it's Lia's Paladar across all of the accounts. So I'm just sauteing this rice. We are toasting it. Again, I did not rinse the rice ahead of time. And I have this in a short form video. So if you go to the main account, you can save this video so you can make, you know, rice in your pressure cooker. You don't have to memorize this right now. Just go ahead and save that video, and then you can always go back to it to like make this later on. So we have someone from North Carolina, so shout out to North Carolina. I am here on the Northeast. Where are all of you from? Make sure to drop that in the chat. It is cold, so we're making a beef stew, which is perfect on a cold day. I saw that it was cold in Texas too. Shout out South Carolina. I love South Carolina, especially on the Northeast. Like, okay, we have like some beaches, but Myrtle Beach, shout out Myrtle Beach. That's my favorite go-to place in the summertime. I love Myrtle Beach. And then next year I'm going to North Myrtle because I always end up visiting there anyways, and I love North Myrtle Beach. Where are all of you from? We have North Carolina, we got South Carolina, a lot of East Coast folks. I love that. I know they say West Coast, best coast, but East Coast, best coast, you know? So shout out my East Coast fam. All right, so you're gonna start smelling the rice. It's been about probably like 2-3 minutes. I don't know how long it's actually been, like 3-4 minutes. It doesn't really, the timing is not gonna be, it's kind of hard to time it because you're just gonna start smelling the rice, and then you're gonna see that it's getting a golden color, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a toasted rice. And again, I said this earlier on the live, but if you want to save how to make rice in the pressure cooker, go ahead to the main page, and then you can actually save the video and just watch how to make it, you know, later on, or just reminder for yourself. Rice in the pressure cooker is now my go-to. It is my favorite way to make rice because rice is like a really stressful concept to me. Anyone else drop in the chat, like rice is so challenging to me. I don't know why. I've like tried a million ways to try to figure out how to make it, but can't figure it out. And make sure to drop any questions you have in the chat. I am watching the chat. All right, so my rice is starting to get a little bit toasty, but it's not there yet. You want it to be probably like 25% toasted, like 20% toasted, for however much that you're making. Once you start seeing a couple get toasted, a lot more will start to get toasted quickly. You just wanna kind of stir occasionally to make sure that they're not burning. Otherwise, they're obviously not going to cook properly. So we had, again, shout out to North Carolina, shout out to South Carolina. Where else is everybody from? I'm from the Northeast. So anyone else from the Northeast? Is freezing, and what I really need is this beef stew. This beef stew is just like calling my name. So starting to toast nicely. Florida. Oh, I bet it's nice in Florida. It's so warm. What was just now in Florida? What was I watching? Oh, I just watched, what was it? The Miami versus Vancouver, the soccer game, MLS. Yeah, it looks nice in Florida, much nicer than the Northeast, much nicer than North Carolina too. Someone in the chat said North Carolina is 42 right now. It is 36 degrees in the Northeast, so Florida is really avoiding this cold front. I am jealous. Welcome, guys, and make sure to follow. I am gonna start regularly doing these lives. I absolutely love this. It's like so fun to get to know you all and just like learn where everybody's from. And I love showing you guys the full process. Like I do have the full videos and the edited videos, but sometimes it's fun to just like do this from scratch and like show you guys the whole thing unedited. So we got Florida, shout out South Carolina, North Carolina. I love all of this East Coast fam. Anyone from the West Coast? Any other parts of the country? Around the world? Around the world would be cool. All right, this rice is looking really good. We're almost there. Again, you want it to be about like 30, I said 20%, but like a quarter of it, whatever, a third of it to be toasted. That's when you know that it's ready. We're basically, instead of rinsing it, we're getting out the starchiness by toasting. And add some nice flavor too. Hello everyone, south of Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, I bet Cleveland is freezing. I can't even imagine. So shout out Cleveland, Ohio. What other parts of the US? Is it cold almost everywhere except whoever's from Florida, lucky you. Though beef stew is good in warm weather too. Yeah, Barbara, shout out Barbara. It like, I can't even, girl, I feel you. I can't even imagine that. I mean, it's cold, 37 is cold. And then I have a coworker whose daughter's from Nebraska. I'm like, I don't even want to know what's like in Nebraska. Like that is probably so freezing. Okay, so this rice is looking good. It is pretty well toasted. So I am now going to turn off the saute mode. We are going to turn on the rice, turn it to the white rice setting if you have that, or it's just gonna be low pressure for 12 minutes. So either if you have the white rice setting or low pressure for 12 minutes. And then I'm gonna add a heavy pinch of salt. And we're gonna add exactly 2 times the amount of water. So I have 1.5 cups of the rice, and then we're gonna do 3 cups of water. $71 and rain. Is that in Florida, 71 and rain? Better than snow. I'd rather have rain than snow. I don't like the snow. It like stops you from doing everything. All right, so I've given this a little bit of stir, the rice and the water, and then we are going to put the lid on. Again, we're doing the white rice setting, which is also low pressure for 12 minutes. And I'm just gonna put this lid on and turn off the keep warm setting and hit start. This is gonna cook. I'm just gonna set this over here on the side to cook while we work on prepping all of our ingredients for the beef stew that we're also gonna make in the pressure cooker. So I like to do, because it's kind of like a 2-in-1. I do everything in the pressure cooker. All right, so I'm just gonna move this over here. All right. Let me put this away. I like to kind of clean up as I go because the worst thing is when you're cooking and then you have like a million things lying around the kitchen and then I'm like stressed and I'm like, do I pause to clean before I eat or do I just like, I can't. I hate a mess in the kitchen. Anybody else with me? All right, so we are prepping our beef stew stuff. So I have my carrots. I'm also gonna get my onion. I need 1 whole onion. I need, what do I need to prep right now? That's good for right now. Okay, and then I'm gonna get a bowl for my many ingredients. This beef stew is super easy and I love to make it in the pressure cooker because you can have like tough meat just made really quickly instead of like waiting an hour. All right. So I like a lot of carrots in my beef stew. If you don't like a lot of carrots, then don't use a lot of carrots. Also, I love this thing. I got this online. It's like a little bin that you can hang on your, what is it called? Like your drawer, and it's for food scraps and stuff. It's amazing. If you don't have one, get one. They're really not that expensive. So highly recommend. Hello, everyone who has joined. Again, we have shouted out a lot of the East Coast and Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. That was probably more freezing than the East Coast. I can't even imagine. Where is everybody from? All right, and let me like get myself settled here. Causing a lot of destruction. All right. Okay. So we're gonna prep while our rice is cooking. I love like doing this at the same time because I'm kind of like not wasting any time. I'm going to prepare all of my vegetables that are gonna go into the stew. Hello everyone who's joined. We are making some beef stew today. I love doing these live so I can just show you from start to finish, unedited, how I make dinner. It is freezing, so we're making some beef stew. Okay, so I have 3 carrots. I'm first gonna prep the carrots. I'm just going to peel them, and actually let me rinse them first. Welcome, welcome everyone. Make sure to follow for more I post food content on the channel. So these are just some carrots. You could also use a bag of frozen carrots if you have that. I always have in my freezer the like frozen peas and carrots, and that just like is great if I'm feeling lazy. I don't feel like prepping any ingredients. And I love to clean up also as I go because then I have less of a mess to clean up later. How's everyone doing? Is it cold where you are? Let me know down in the chat. Already gave a shout out to Ohio, Florida. Shout out to South Carolina and North Carolina. Where is everyone else from? It is freezing where I am. I know I'm wearing a t-shirt, but that's because I'm cooking, but it's like actually so cold outside. I hate the cold. And lately I feel like we haven't really been having 4 seasons on the Northeast. Mississippi, shout out Linda from Mississippi. Is it cold in Mississippi? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever actually looked up the temperature in Mississippi. So guys, you don't need to peel stuff like this. You can like go quickly. I learned this year. I don't know if like that just, I don't know if it's just me, but it's much faster to do it that way. So we got Mississippi, we got Florida, Ohio, South Carolina, North Carolina. I am from the Northeast. Anyone else from the Northeast? There's not that many content creators I've also noticed from the Northeast. I mean, New York, but like mid-east, mid-northeast. Okay. I'm gonna use my handy dandy food scraps container that's over here. I got one of these like not drawer. Well, I guess it is a drawer. It's a food scraps container. So I just like hang it on the drawer and then just put a trash bag in there. And I can put all my food scraps so I'm not like running behind me. I have my trash can behind me in my kitchen. So this is really, really convenient. It's really inexpensive too. Make sure to drop any questions you have in the chat. I am watching the chat. And welcome to anyone who's joined. Make sure to follow for more. I have post food content really regularly. And I love that I've started these lives because I love to just show you guys the process from start to finish, completely unedited. This is just like casual me making dinner. All right, we got a couple people. We got Mississippi, we got Ohio, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. Just sharpening my knife. Always have a sharp knife, guys. You'd think like, oh, it's sharp. It's gonna injure me. No, it's actually better. You are less likely to injure yourself with sharp knives. And invest in a good knife set. They might be a little bit pricey to begin with, but good knives last for a really long time, if not forever, if you take care of them. So make sure to invest in good knives. These are the ones by Global. I love this brand. All right, so you're just going to cut your carrots kind of like whatever your preference is. If you are not a big carrot lover, you could use less carrots than I am. I'm using like 3 medium large carrots because I love carrots. And then I am just going to cut them. How am I gonna cut them? I'm gonna do like, so like in half and then like this size of piece. It's like probably 1.5 inches. There's probably a smarter way to do this, to like cut it in half first. But it's okay, we make mistakes here too, guys. It's okay to make mistakes. That's kind of what's the fun of these lives, is it's just like, I love like, this is like normal. This is unedited, uncut. Make sure to drop any of your questions that you have. I am watching the chat. And welcome to everyone who has joined. We have shout out North Carolina, shout out South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, Ohio. This beef stew is gonna go great for anyone who has like cold temperature right now. And my rice is pressure cooking. If you didn't get to see the first part of the live where I showed how I did the rice in the pressure cooker, you can head to my main page and see that full video on there, and you can save it so that you can reference it later on when you're cooking. I like just got the pressure cooker. I have the Instant Pot Pro. I got it during Black Friday sales. Woo! Love Black Friday because I got like a really good deal. It was like 40% off. It's amazing. I want to shout out where everybody is from. Make sure to drop it in the chat where you're from. How is everybody doing? Is it cold where you are? Because it is so cold here on the Northeast, and I was like, I need a warm beef stew. I need something that's gonna be real cozy right now. Let's do that. Where is everybody from? Make sure to drop it in the chat. Welcome to everyone who has joined the live. I'm just prepping all my vegetables right now for the beef stew. And my rice is currently cooking in my pressure cooker. Again, head to the main page. I showed in the beginning of this live stream, but if you missed it, it is on the main page. You can save how to make it and check that out. So I'm cutting these slightly larger chunks because I love carrots. You can do diced pieces if you want. You can do them sliced if you want. I kind of like when carrots have like a little bit of a larger piece in my stews, so that's why I'm cutting it this way. But it's really just whatever your preference is. Just make sure it's not too large because then it's not gonna cook evenly. And you want all the pieces to be about the same size. That's fine like that. Okay. How is everyone doing? Welcome to everyone who's joined the live stream. Make sure to follow for more food content. I post all recipes, and the name is Leah's Paladar across all social media, so make sure to follow me on all socials. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is prep an onion. I like to use a Vidalia onion other than a yellow or white onion, though a yellow or white onion would be fine as well. But I like the Vidalia onion. It is a little bit sweeter, so it's my preference all the time. And I am going to slice this in half first. We're gonna dice this onion. Welcome to everyone. Make sure to drop in the chat so I can give you a shout out to the state that you're from and to you. 55 right now, low tonight, 42 in Mississippi. Oh my God, Linda, that's cold. That's cold, girl. You gotta make this beef stew. That'll make everything much better. A good warm stew makes everything better. So guys, when I cut the onion, I like to leave this bottom part. I'm having a lot of trouble peeling this skin off. There we go. I like to leave this like bottom part right here. So this helps everything stay together when you're cutting it. It's just a little tip. I think I learned this from Gordon Ramsay. Probably Gordon Ramsay. I learned everything from Gordon. Who else learns everything from Gordon Ramsay? Let me know down in the chat. He's just like the chef guru. I learn everything from him. Also guys, I am dropping this into this like thing. I've shown this like a million times, but this is, shout out to my husband for getting me this thing. It's like such like a simple thing, but it's so useful. I didn't realize like how useful this would be. It's a little like trash bin that you attach to your drawer so you can put all your food scraps in it. So shout out to my wonderful husband for getting me this amazing thing. It's so useful. Definitely highly recommend. I'm like really struggling to peel this thing today. Sometimes an onion is just like, this onion just doesn't want to be cut. And that's okay, because we're still gonna cut it anyways. Okay. Where is everyone from? Make sure to drop it in the chat. We got people all over. We got some Mississippi, we got some Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. I'm up here on the Northeast. Anyone else from the Northeast? Let me know in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. All right, so I have, again, this is like the butt of the onion, and I like to keep it on because it makes it a lot easier when you're dicing or slicing or whatever. It keeps the whole onion together. Shout out Virginia Outlaw from Alabama. Shout out Alabama. Is it cold in Alabama? I don't know. Is it cold in Alabama? New Jersey, yeah, Northeast, New Jersey. I'm not from New Jersey, but shout out to Northeast. It is freezing. It's probably so much colder in New Jersey than where I am. All right, so I am slicing down towards this end right here. And again, drop any questions you have in the chat. My rice is doing really well. It is 2 minutes left to cooking, so we're really good on time with the stew. I like to do everything in the pressure cooker. Guys, I just got this pressure cooker on Black Friday, and it's amazing. I got rid of my slow cooker. I never ended up using that thing. I don't even know why I had it. I had it for 10 years and I probably used it 10 times, once per year, because I never know what I want to eat, and sometimes I just last minute decide. And so this is my last minute decision for a delicious beef stew. So now that I've sliced it down towards this butt end, I am just gonna turn and we're gonna dice it like this. That keeps everything together. You're not scrambling, holding the whole onion together. And make sure you guys follow for more. I post food content regularly. I'm gonna start doing some product reviews, some kitchen product reviews. So I will have a review of this pressure cooker. Again, I'm not sponsored by anyone. It's just, this is all bought with my own money. Everything I do with my own money. Thank you to everyone who has followed. Thank you to everyone who's joined. Let me know down in the chat where you're from so I can shout you out. We got some New Jersey, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, Mississippi. Who else am I missing? All right, so the rice is done actually. So let me pause cutting for a moment so I can show you guys. All right, so I'm gonna release the pressure. Once in the pressure cooker, your rice is done. And again, go to the main page, save the video that shows how to make the rice in the pressure cooker. The whole full video is there. I'm gonna do a quick release once it is finished. I'm not keeping this rice warm. I wanna let the steam out immediately. Shout out to North Cali. Shout out North Cali. It's probably cold there too. North California is pretty cold. Last time I was in San Francisco, it was pretty cold with your Pacific winds. Much colder than I imagined. When I went to San Francisco, I was like, oh, it's gonna be hot. I ended up having to buy 3 jackets because it was so cold. Okay, so the pressure is releasing there. Again, the full video of how to make rice, I showed it in the beginning of the live, but if you missed it, head to the main page. You can save that video and you can watch it, watch the whole thing, how to make rice in your pressure cooker. And you can save it for later to remind yourself so you don't have to memorize how to make it. It is super duper easy. And I am one of those people that's always struggled to make rice. I don't know why. I can cook, I can bake, but rice is a foreign concept to me. All right. Okay, the pressure is released from the rice. Let me put all this onion away. I've been chatting a lot with you guys. Make sure to drop where you're from in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. We got some people from all over, East Coast, West Coast, mid-country. Okay, so we just did a quick release. I'm gonna just move this over to the side for a second. We did a quick release of the pressure from our pressure cooker, and I just made the rice in here. So now it's kind of perfect timing so that we can make the beef stew that's next. Oh, sorry, I forgot Alabama. Shout out James from Alabama. We had someone from Alabama and I missed that. All right, so this is ready to open. Make sure to be careful with the steam. I'm gonna drop all that liquid out. And then, I showed this earlier. I saw this from TikTok University. Put that right there. Guys, you don't have to put the lid down. It just goes straight into the thing. Yes, Granny Mary. I shouted out Mississippi. Shout out Mississippi. Okay, so the rice is done. Let me show you how perfect this rice is. Guys, you think I'm just playing here. Look at the rice. Pressure cooker rice. You don't even need a rice cooker. Just get the pressure cooker. It's like total game changer. And then why would you just buy like a single-use device for a rice cooker when you can buy a pressure cooker to make your rice and also make your stew? It's crazy. I'm gonna get a little container here just to put my rice away while I work on the beef stew. And another great thing about doing it in the pressure cooker is this is almost like it's not even almost, it is a one pot meal. So like, I'm not really wasting any time. I've made my rice and now I'm gonna wash the pot real quick and then we're gonna make the beef stew. So it's perfect. I cannot wait. I love a good stew, especially when it's super cold outside. It is so cold. It is, it is 36 degrees. Get a sip of water. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to subscribe for more. I mean, guys, look at this rice. I like always hated making rice. I don't know anyone else. Drop in the chat. Anyone else like horrible at making rice? And now that I've got the pressure cooker, this has saved me so much stress. It's perfect every time. Make sure to head to the main page again. I've said this before. I made this early in the live, so if you were here early in the live, thank you so much for sticking around. And if you missed me making the rice in the pressure cooker, you can go to the main page, save that video. I think it's my second to last or third to last video that I made. I think it's second to last. How to make the rice, and you can just save that for later. I'm just putting this in a Pyrex. Doesn't have to be Pyrex, it can be literally whatever bowl you want. But just setting this out because we're gonna make our beef stew in here as well. And I can turn that off. Usually there's a sound, I turned it off to just so it's like not annoying on the live. I love doing a one pot meal because the last thing you want to do after cooking a recipe is like have a ton of dishes. Anyone else, like when you're cooking and then you're like looking at your sink and there's a million dishes from what you cooked and you're like, do I wash the dishes or do I just like start eating and then worry about it later? Because if I don't wash the dishes before I eat, I can't stop thinking about the dishes. I feel like I'm like not enjoying my meal. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys close up of this rice. I mean, guys, this is perfect rice in the pressure cooker. I'm not even like sponsored by this company. I'm not sponsored by anyone, but this is the best. Get a pressure cooker to make your rice. Don't get a rice cooker. First of all, I feel like it's the same thing. It's literally the same concept. And then you can have a multi-use device. So here's my perfection rice. I'm going to set this aside over here. I don't want to put the lid on it just yet. So I'm just going to let it cool down so it doesn't start like getting too sticky and all the moisture drops into the rice. Let me go ahead and wash this pot right here. So I'm going to go off camera for just a second so I can wash this pot. So apologies if you guys hear some water noise. I'm gonna move all this over. I got a ton of stuff over here. Again, drop in the chat where you're from so I can give you a shout out. We got people from all over. Let me see if I can memorize everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna go from east to west. We got New Jersey, we got Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. Actually, there's more on the east. It's okay. North Carolina, South Carolina. Do we have anyone in the middle? Ohio, Oklahoma. Just now, shout out to Oklahoma and North Cali. Shout out North Cali. I'm just washing my pot, so sorry if I'm a little off camera. Where's everyone from? Make sure to drop it in the chat. I can give you a shout out. We got some Jersey, NC, SC, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, North California. Tyler from North Carolina, shout out Montana. I'll bring my, what time's dinner? Dinner is gonna be in about 45 minutes, so make sure you guys stick around. We're making some beef stew. So we just finished the rice. So already part 1 is done. This second part is really easy too. I'm just washing the pot over here because we're doing a 1 pot. It's kind of a 1 pot meal, even though we're like, there's 2 parts to the 1 pot, but it's 1 pot. I love this beef stew. This is not just any beef stew. This is a Bolivian beef stew. So it's not just like a classic where you have like wine braising or anything like that. This one is so simple. How's everyone doing? Make sure to drop it in the chat so I can shout you out, shout out your state. If you're from a different country, that'd be so dope. We got people from all over. I feel like when I'm listing off all your states, like so many of you joined, so thank you so much to everyone who's joined. I really appreciate it. I love making these live streams. But I feel like when I'm listing off all your states, there's people from so many states. I feel like I'm doing one of those like, what is it, that song that you learn? Which I've never learned the song. I mean, I could probably name all of them, but like, so what do we have? We have Jersey, we have North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, North Cali, Ohio. That's everyone. Did I say Jersey? Maybe I said Jersey. If I didn't say Jersey, I said Jersey now. Make sure to drop in the chat where you're from and drop any questions that you have. Okay, so I just cleaned this. I'm gonna put this back in here. I'm just gonna set this aside for a moment so I can finish prepping. I have my vegetables already prepped. So I prepped the onion. I have my carrots. Make sure I got everything, all my ingredients, so I'm like keeping my head straight. All right, I'm gonna get some frozen peas. I got some extra frozen peas and I'm gonna get another extra bag. I love to keep these in the freezer, just like always. The brand doesn't really matter, but I love to keep these in the freezer because I don't like to use the canned peas. Arkansas, I forgot Arkansas. Hi, Arkansas. I'm trying to remember all these states where you guys are from. Is it cold where you are? Let me know. It's so cold here on the Northeast. I don't like the cold, but I do like a beef stew. It gives me a good excuse to make beef stew. Actually, I have this already here. All right, so I'm gonna put some frozen peas. Texas, shout out Texas. Texas I saw was pretty cold actually too. I mean, not as cold as the Northeast, but way colder than you would think for Texas. I guess it depends where you are. I think Austin is cold. Make sure you guys follow for more content. And yes, I know this has peas and carrots. I told you guys I love carrots. So I'm just gonna do a little bit extra. There's some peas in here, but just a little bit extra is not quite enough. You can get a bag of frozen peas. I'm trying to just get the peas out of here. Okay, about this much. The measurements don't truly matter. I mean, they do, but it's okay if you're a little bit off. I'm gonna put this away. Make sure you guys follow for more. I love doing these live streams now. So I'm gonna be doing them really regularly. And thank you so much to everyone who's joined and who's stuck around. We're just about to get ready to actually start the cooking of our ingredients. So So I just put some frozen peas. Yes, there's some carrots, mostly peas though. Okay, and now I need my stew meat. And I'm gonna get my seasonings. So you're gonna need some cumin and some hot and mild paprika if you have it. And then we have some salt. We have some black pepper. And then we need some garlic powder. And we need a few red pepper flakes, just for a little bit of a kick. If you hear any meowing, that's my cat, especially when the beef comes out. Y'all know if you have cats, they're like all over the place. They are like, hey, where's my food? Is this for me? This is not for you, cats. Though I know that they really want it. I feel like they can smell it through the package. They come like before I've even opened the package. Okay, so for the stew, I am using this. This is a beef rump roast, and then this is beef stew meat. So you can use any kind of tough meat. So this is like the rump roast. There's also like, it's literally called beef stew meat. That's fine as well. Just whatever is a tough meat, whatever, like chuck roast, something that's pretty inexpensive, but tougher, so that it can cook low and, no, it's not low and slow, but so it can cook in the pressure cooker and like break down as it's in the stew. Okay. So I'm just gonna get my mind right. Got my cutting board. And then I'm gonna get a pan. Sorry for the noise, guys. I got this pan here. I'm just gonna throw my beef stew meat once I cut it into this pan so I can season it. Make sure to drop in the chat any questions you have. I am monitoring the chat, and make sure to follow for more content. And if you want to shout out, make sure to drop in the chat where you're from. I'm shouting out what place you're from. I have my rump roast. It's too late to fix dinner. Maybe where you are, it's possible. It's never too late for dinner. I guess it depends how early you eat dinner. Okay, so we are going to cut this into chunks. So I'm just going to... What's really good in this stew is also like a beef short rib. Beef short rib is really good for this as well. So I'm gonna cut this into like large-ish cubes. And you want them to be about the same size. Again, make sure to drop in the chat any questions you have and where you're from so I can give you a shout out. Okay, so I've cut them into cubes about this size, like that. And I'm gonna cut off kind of this fatty piece here. I just discard that. Welcome to everyone who's joined the live stream, and thank you so much to everyone who's stuck around to watch. So I'm just cutting, this is the rump roast. Again, we just finished the rice. Make sure to drop what state you're from or what place in the world you're from so I can give you a shout out. And thank you so much to everyone who has joined and who stuck around. I already made my rice in the pressure cooker. Again, I said this earlier in the live, so if you watched it, thank you so much if you've stayed this long. And if you missed how I made my rice in the pressure cooker, head to my main page. I have a full video there of how to make it in the pressure cooker, and it's gonna be perfect every single time. I'm just cutting my stew meat. And I want to cut them about the same size. They're all cut about this size. So it's like a 1-inch cube. Maybe slightly larger, 1.5. Okay, and then I have my other package. This is just beef stew meat. I didn't want to buy 2 huge packages of the stew meat, so I got one that's a little bit smaller. But the pieces are about the same size. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. Make sure to drop where you're from in the chat. It is freezing where I am. Keeps dropping. Every time I look at the temperature, it's like another degree colder. It is 35 outside right now. I am not a fan of the cold, but this beef stew is about to fix that. So we're just prepping the meat. Once we've prepped all the ingredients, the rest of it is pretty simple. The thing that takes the longest is just prepping the ingredients. And then with the stew, once it's done, you just like throw it in there and then it just cooks. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. And make sure to drop any questions you have in the chat. Make sure to follow for more. Okay, so we are done with our food prep per se. So I have all of my stew meat here. So this is beef stew. You can just buy beef stew meat that's already pre-cut. And then this is also a rump roast. You can also use chuck roast or any kind of tough meat. Really good is also beef short rib. So I'm gonna get some salt and pepper, and we're going to generously season with salt and black pepper. And then I'm also gonna get some black pepper, and we're gonna do freshly cracked on top of our meat. And while we're seasoning, I am going to do the saute on high for my pressure cooker so it's ready to go once this is all seasoned. Make sure to drop in the chat any questions you have, where you're from, so I can give you a shout out. Okay, so I have the salt and pepper on my meat. I am just going to kind of like massage it into the beef. This is not all the seasoning that we're using. This is just for this the beef right now. So what we're going to do first, the process, I'm heating my pressure cooker on the high heat for the saute function. And what we're going to do is we are going to sear the meat first. So this is a 1-pot recipe. I'm gonna sear the meat first, and then into the same pot, we're gonna throw in the vegetables, saute the vegetables, and then we're gonna close the pressure cooker and it's gonna do the rest of the work. So I'm just gonna set this aside, and I have all of my seasonings here ready to go. I have my salt. You're also gonna get some paprika. This is some smoked paprika. This is some hot paprika if you have hot paprika. I have just a little bit left. My mother-in-law brings this when she goes to South America, and oh, it's so good. It's like freshly ground. Oh my God, it's like the best. Then I also have some crushed red pepper flakes. I got some garlic powder. If you have like the garlic that you can, you know, I forgot what that thing is called. Drop in the chat what that thing is called. It has like the little things, and you like take the garlic and it makes it like a paste, whatever that thing is called. It's escaped my mind right now. Drop in the chat if you know what that thing is called. If You can do it fresh. Fresh is great too. You don't want it to be minced. I don't like to use minced garlic for this. So, oh, grater. Thank you, Paula. Grater. Garlic press is fine too. Yes, thank you guys. My brain is like, I like filmed earlier today videos and I'm like, all of the words have escaped me. I also have some cumin. So our pressure cookers, again, it's heating on high. And we're gonna do the saute function. We're going to sear the meat. And I just like to keep this pan here so I can throw it back on the pan once it's done. And then I have my vegetables ready to go here whenever we're ready to throw them in once the meat is done. Again, this is the process that takes the longest, is like just prepping the ingredients, because some people might be really good at like the multitasking where you're like cut and then you're cook. I need to organize myself. I don't know. Anybody else drop in the chat? Are you someone who needs to organize yourself? Like, I gotta have my ingredients ready to go. I have my onions, I got my carrots, I got my frozen peas. I need them like set so that I can focus on just the cooking part. Okay, I'm just making sure that I got all of my brain cells set in place. I'm gonna get some avocado oil. I like to use a neutral oil for this because I don't want it to overpower. And then I also have, I'm gonna fill, if you have beef broth, which I think I actually just ran out now that I'm thinking about it. So like, clearly I wasn't prepared. This is how like, I just wanted beef stew. It's like freezing and I was like, I need beef stew. Anybody else have a beef stew moment? Let me know in the chat. Like, am I the only one? So I'm just going to use water. Water will be fine for this. But obviously if you can mix water with the beef broth or beef stock, that would taste really, really good, but water will be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna get some water ready to go for when I'm ready to pour it in. And I use filtered water. Make sure you guys aren't using water from your sink. Don't use water from your sink. Make sure you get it filtered. Okay, so this is now on the saute on high. We're ready to start sauteing the meat. I'm gonna get my tongs. And welcome to everybody who has joined. Thank you so much for joining. I'm putting my avocado oil in, saute on high. Give it a moment to heat up. And now I'm gonna take my beef stew meat and we're going to, ooh, guys, do you guys hear that sizzle? Who hears that sizzle? Ooh, I'm so excited. We're just gonna sear the meat right now. I feel like when I hear the sizzle of steak, it's like ASMR to me. I don't need any other ASMR. I just need, there should be a beef sizzle ASMR. Who thinks that I need to start a beef sizzle ASMR account? I mean, guys, like, there's nothing better than when you know you're making a delicious stew. So we are just searing the steak right now, and it's also gonna give that delicious flavor into the pot. And we made the rice in this before. If you missed how I made rice in the pressure cooker, head to the main page. You can save that video, you can see that video, and it has all the instructions there on how to make rice in your pressure cooker. How is everyone doing? Make sure to drop where you're from in the chat so I can give you a shout out. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, to everyone who has stuck around for the whole video. Make sure you ask any questions that you have. This beef stew is just like calling my name right now. I'm so, so excited. And I'm gonna get a bowl here so it's ready to go once the meat is finished cooking. Make sure to drop where you're from in the world. So we're just searing our meat. You want to get this light sear. You probably couldn't see that, but light sear on all sides of the beef stew meat. So it's probably going to be like 1.5 minutes on each side. And make sure you get all of the sides. Even better for this, if you guys can get beef short rib, that is like heavenly. Make sure to drop in the chat where you're from. I'll give you a shout out. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. And I'm watching the chat, making sure that I answer any of your questions. Make sure to follow for more content. I love doing these live streams. So we're getting a nice, let me show you guys how this looks. We're getting a nice, do you guys see that? A nice sear on our stew meat. And I want to make sure it's seared on all sides. And I do want to get like a good sear on it. You don't just want it to be like slightly cooked because that doesn't take that long. You want it to get like a good sear. Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining. Where are all of you from? What part of the world are you from? Is it cold where you are? Because it's cold where I am. Okay, so these are looking good. Once I get that nice sear, I'm gonna pop them out. And we're just gonna cook all of this stew meat exactly the same to make sure that we get a good sear on all the sides. That really brings out some delicious flavor into the pot and on the meat itself. If you need to add more oil, you can add more oil, so just play it by ear. What do you guys like to eat when it's cold weather? Drop in the chat what you guys like to eat. I like crave beef stew, which is why we're making it today, because it's just like the greatest thing when it's cold. It's like cozy. First of all, it's cozy. And second of all, this is a healthy recipe. This is not, I mean, we made rice. Rice is okay, guys, to have once in a while. But this stew is low carb. I mean, this is low calorie. It's just delicious. You got chili. Chili is delicious too. Lauren said beef and egg noodles with mashed potatoes or chicken and dump. Ooh, that sounds good too. Yeah, I love all of those. Something real cozy. Or like a ramen bowl. Ooh, that's really good too. What else do you guys like? What else do you guys like when it's really, really cold? For me, it's always beef stew. Like, I don't know why, but beef stew is just, ooh, you got like the fall apart meat and it's delicious. Mima Jean says, Florida. Yeah, I know it's not cold there. I was just watching the MLS game. I watched it yesterday with Miami, Vancouver, and it looked much nicer than where I was. I was like watching it and I was bundled up in a sweater and there everyone's like sweating. And I'm like, must be nice in Florida. So I'm jealous, Florida. So I feel like this is the first time. Anyone else from the Northeast? Hold on, guys. Oh, hold on one second. There's something going on here on the live. One sec. Okay, it almost turned off for a moment. Sorry about that. I thought I was doing inactivity. This is pretty active if you ask me. Okay, so we're just searing this meat. And once it's seared, we're dropping it in this bowl. We're just searing all the stew meat before we add our vegetables. And it's on the saute function on high. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. Again, drop in the chat. I want to know where you guys are from so I can give you a shout out, and what you love to eat when it is cold outside. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra oil. This is avocado oil, just a neutral oil. Broccoli cheddar soup or potato soup. Ooh, you know, I never actually had potato soup. Am I the only one? I don't know. I've never had potato soup, but I do love broccoli cheddar. I'm almost done cooking this stew meat. We got one more after this. Lauren, you got good cold weather. It must be cold where you're from. Think chicken soup, but add potatoes, cut into cubes. Ooh, I might have to make that next time I go live. That sounds really good. I think we'll actually be able to fit all of this steak in. I dropped one steak on the floor. We're just gonna give it a rinse. It's okay, guys. It happens. It's okay to give it a rinse. It won't make a difference. We don't waste anything in this house, but if I don't pick it up now, my cats are gonna eat it. Oh, Indiana. Indiana is cold. My brother used to live in Indiana. He used to live in Decatur. And I was like, that is cold, cold, cold. Cook bacon and sprinkle that and cheddar cheese on top, or add Velveeta and make a cheesy potato. Is that for the potato soup? Or is this just like another recipe? I mean, I'm down for either way. I love potatoes. Honestly, potato anything. I've been looking up a lot of potato recipes lately, so like my whole page is full of potato recipes. And actually, just today I posted an air fryer potato recipe, potatoes au gratin. I think it's also called scallop potatoes. So make sure to head to my main page, watch that video if you're looking for an easy air fryer recipe. Potatoes are just the best. Lauren, girl, you got some good ideas. Indiana knows what they're doing. I mean, probably the potato soup is not an Indiana invention, though I'm gonna give credit to Indiana for the potato soup. Just because of you, Lauren. Oh, you said South Mississippi. Oh, I thought you said that you were from Indiana. Maybe that was somebody else. Well, South Mississippi then. Credit to South Mississippi then. Credit to Indiana, South Mississippi, all the states for potato soup. All right, so this is doing well. We're almost done searing. We got one more batch to sear. I'm from Indiana right now, but raised in Mississippi. Okay, there we go. From Indiana, raised in Mississippi. My cats are like going crazy they're like, they keep walking over here like, what are you making? And is it for me? Anybody else have pets and like when you're cooking, especially steak or something like that, they're so interested. It's like, this is the most amazing thing. That's when I make bacon. I have 2 cats. When I make bacon, my cat like will not leave me alone. He's like, I need whatever that is right now. All right, this is the last batch of the steak. If I was down south, I'd say good cold weather. Gumbo. Ooh, I've never had gumbo. I keep seeing it on a menu and I've never had it. That's a New Orleans thing, right? Gumbo. Is that like with the rice and seafood, I think? I think it's rice and seafood. I do love Cajun spice, so if that's got Cajun spice, it's a South thing. Okay, a South thing, yeah. The South's got all the good recipes. Cause they got gumbo, they got potato soup. What else do you guys like when it's cold? There was like a dumpling recipe. I think Lauren, you said the dumpling recipe. And make sure to drop in the chat where you're from so I can give you a shout out. And make sure to follow. We're just searing the last piece of steak. Like, look at this, guys. Oh, heavenly. There are seafood ones, but the chicken and smoked, ooh, smoked sausage. Ooh, smoked sausage. Okay, guys, look at this beef stew. I mean, can you smell it through the camera? Oh, so good. We're getting that delicious flavor in there. All right, and I'm almost done searing the steak. I am going to get another spatula. And I need to increase the time. Okay. I had to reset the saute function. I didn't set it for enough time. Okay. Getting a little smoky, but that's okay because we're gonna start cooking our vegetables. So I've taken out the steak. I'm gonna add a little more oil. This is gonna help cool it down as well. And we're going to add our onions. A piece of stew meat I didn't notice in there. Cooking our onions. I'm also going to add my carrots. Give that a stir. Now, I want to scrape the bottom of this pan so I can get all of that delicious beef flavor into the vegetables. I'm just scraping up that beef flavor so I can get it into the vegetables. And this is me just getting ready the water. This is the water that I'm gonna use for the stew itself. I just wanna have it ready to go. I'm gonna add a little extra oil. This is avocado oil, which is a neutral oil. I'm gonna add another heavy pinch of salt. And I'm gonna add some garlic powder, some smoked paprika. This is some hot paprika. I'm gonna add some cumin and a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes, just a tiny bit, just to give it a little bit of a kick. And we're going to saute this. This is smelling so, so fragrant. Let me know what questions you guys have in the chat. So I'm just getting that delicious beef flavor into my onions and my carrots. Okay, and then while that is cooking, I have my water. I'm gonna put it into a teapot. I just wanna get it hot so that I'm adding hot water into the pot, not cold water. And you wanna make sure that you're using filtered water for this, of course. This is 4 cups. Again, we'll just see, it just depends on you know, how much we need. But I'm going to make sure I have 4 cups. We're gonna saute, this is about 5 minutes that we're sauteing. Hello to everyone who's joined and who's stuck around. Thank you so much for joining. We're just getting our onion and the carrots, we're getting them softened before we add our meat back in and putting the pressure cooker to cook. And I'm heating some water right here, so I have hot water ready to go for this stew. Drop in the chat where you guys are from so I can give you a big shout out. This is looking good. We want to get this softened. And again, I have a little bit of larger carrot chunks, but you can do a little bit smaller if you want, like diced. Hi, Ken from Delaware. Bet it's cold up in Delaware too, and a beef stew is exactly what you need when it's cold outside. How's everyone doing today? Is everyone... Well, I guess Florida is warm, but Northeast, we're cold. Mid-country is probably cold, cold, cold too. I feel like, if you're from the Northeast, let me know if you guys agree in the chat. I feel like it hasn't been this cold this early. And I know I say early and it's already December, but I feel like it hasn't been this cold this early in December, late November for a really long time. Like, it's already snowed twice here, which is crazy. Like, full snow. I mean, it melted immediately, but like full snow was very uncommon for like the mid-east, like Delaware, Jersey, maybe not Jersey, but like Delaware, Maryland, Virginia region. I feel like it hasn't been this cold in a long time. And I'm not a fan of the cold, but I guess it gives me an excuse to make beef stew, though it doesn't have to be cold to make beef stew, but cozy beef stew is perfect when it's cold. Okay, this is looking good. We We got someone from Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out Baltimore, Maryland. I know it's cold where you are. It is cold, cold, cold. It is like totally not used to this temperature this early. I know I say early, but like I feel like it really hasn't been this cold in a long time. Okay, we are ready with this. So I'm gonna add my frozen peas. This has some carrot in there because I just, the package had carrot, but most of this is frozen peas. Gonna add that to the pot and give that a stir. Just mix that in together. And then I'm also gonna add back in my beef. I'm gonna carefully place it back into the pot. So what I like to do is add a little bit of it first, about half of how much I cooked. And I'm going to stir this in together. I'm gonna turn that off. That's my teapot. Okay, and then we're gonna add the rest of our beef stew in here. Welcome to everyone who's joined the live stream. We're making some beef stew. We're approaching the finish line of the beef stew prep, I should say. It's not finished yet, of course, because we're making it in the pressure cooker. But I wanna make sure I'm stirring all of this in together. Ooh, we got carrots flying. Carrot down. Carrot goes back in. Okay. That's all stirred together. I'm now gonna get, this is some boiled water. I am going to add it to the pot. I can now turn the saute off. See if that's enough. You just want it to cover everything. And you definitely may want to make sure that you're not going past the fill line. Okay, so everything is in there. I'm just gonna clean off this lid a little bit. Okay, and we are ready to close the lid on. Get that out of there. Little onion. Okay, close the lid. We're going to do pressure cook on high. Get this setting right. Pressure cook on high for 35-40 minutes, just depends on how much you're making, but 35 minutes should be good for this recipe. So high for 35 minutes. And then you can keep the keep warm setting on, that's fine. And then we're just going to turn this on. It is preheating, everything is set. And that's it, guys. We're literally just going to let this cook on high for 35-40 minutes. Just again, depends on how much you're making. If you're gonna be using beef short rib, you might wanna do the 40 minutes, 45 minutes. This is beef stew meat. 35 minutes will be perfect for this. Ken just said, just took my pineapple angel food cake out of the oven. Ooh, that sounds really good. So this is the stew meat, and this was a one-pot recipe. If you weren't here on the live from the very beginning, I did make this incredible, perfect rice at the very beginning. I have the full video of how to make the best rice in the pressure cooker on my main page. Make sure to check that out, save that video so you can make perfect rice every single time. And then we're just gonna let this stew cook It's gonna be on the high setting, 35 minutes, and then you're gonna have delicious beef stew. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Say hi to everyone. Hello to everyone who's joined. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined. This is absolutely so much fun for me. And I can't wait to continue to do these. Make sure to follow the channel for more recipes. I post regularly and I love doing these lives with you all. Let me know if you guys have any final questions. I'll stay on for about 10 more minutes. Say hi to everyone. If you want to shout out, make sure to drop in the chat where you're from so I can shout you out. We got people from all over. We got people from Jersey, from Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Ohio, North California, Texas. I think I got everyone. Pennsylvania. Hello, Pennsylvania. I think I got everybody. I literally feel like I'm doing that song, like do you guys remember when you're in school and you're doing like whatever that song is? I don't know what the song is. I need to save that rice video. My white rice always come out either too hard, too mushy. Girl, I feel you. Like, rice is so difficult for me. I don't know why. I've always had such a challenge with it on the stovetop. Like, I can never figure it out. It's always like too mushy on top, or like then undercooked or overcooked or too hard. And then I'm like, do I add water? Do I do low temperature? Do I not? I never know. And I feel like I've always just made horrible rice. But now, I don't know why I waited so long to get this pressure cooker. This is the greatest invention. I don't know. I'm probably so late to the game. This is the greatest invention of mankind. I'm not sponsored by this brand. This is the Instant Pot Pro though. This is the one I'm like obsessed with this thing. It's the best. And again, the video is on the main page. It is to make rice in the pressure cooker, which is, in my opinion, the best rice. Essentially, it is white rice on the low pressure setting for 12 minutes. You saute it in the beginning, and make sure to watch the video so you can see exactly what color it's supposed to get when you're sauteing it. And then it's a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice. It is perfect every single time. I love it. This thing is just preheating. I love this thing. It's so great. And again, just some couple things that I use that I recommend when you're cooking in the kitchen. My wonderful husband got me this like food dispenser thing. This is by Glad. It says a space-saving roommate container. So I guess you can use it for like other things like in your car for storage. But this is, I've put a bag in here so I can use it while I'm cooking. This is like, he's honestly saved me so much time from like turning around and dropping stuff in the trash can, or like missing the trash can. And I just hang this right next to me and I can drop all of my trash in there. What other questions do you guys have? This is just cooking. So again, we're just letting this cook. It's gonna be on high pressure for 35 minutes. I just used the beef stew meat and then a rump roast. So there's no bones on it or anything like that. So the 35 minutes at high pressure should be perfect for cooking a beef stew. If you're doing beef short rib, again, that is my preferred meat. I just don't have it at home right now. Though if you did that, you might want to increase the time to 40-45 minutes on high pressure, just because it takes a little bit longer for, especially it's on a bone, for it to cook. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Again, make sure to save that rice video. Honestly, like, I know I keep saying the rice video, it is so good to make rice in the pressure cooker, because like, think about it. You have a rice cooker. The rice cooker is just a pressure cooker, but for rice. So just get a pressure cooker so you can make more than just rice. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. I'm just waiting on for a couple more minutes to answer any final last minute questions you guys have. How much did yours cost? So I got the Instant Pot Pro. I think it retails for $170. Again, not much less than a rice cooker, a good rice cooker. I think this is $170 retail. This is the 6 quart one. So it's like for a family of 4, I think, or if you want to make a lot, it doesn't really matter. The 6-quart is good, especially if you're someone who makes stew. So it retailed for $170. I got it during Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. So it was 40% off. I like couldn't resist. So I didn't pay, you know, $170, but this one is $170. Definitely recommend though. I mean, I had a slow cooker. I never use the slow cooker. Never. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to like plan ahead. I don't plan ahead. I am horrible at planning ahead what I want for dinner, what I want for lunch. So the slow cooker just doesn't work for me. And the great thing about actually this Instant Pot, again, I'm not sponsored. This is like, purchase it with my own money. This is my personal opinion. This Instant Pot can also do slow cooking. So that's cool. It kind of like does slow cooking. It does the rice cooking. It does pressure cooking. It's perfect. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. Just answering last final questions. Again, this was a 1-pot recipe. We did the rice in here. We are doing the stew. It is cooking right now, high pressure for 35 minutes. The chuck roast or some kind of beef stew meat. And I really, really appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you follow, subscribe for more content. I post regularly food recipes. I'm really gonna start doing more kitchen item reviews. So if you guys are interested in certain like kitchen items you want me to review or any kind of snacks that you want me to try, let you know how I think about it, make sure to send me a DM. I will read everything. Make sure to comment on any of my videos. I read all the comments. I'll respond to you. And I definitely want to make sure that I'm reviewing anything you guys are interested in. I will be doing a full, as you can see, it's already cooking. I will be doing a full review of this pressure cooker. And I'm going to be doing reviews of a lot of kitchen items to give you guys an honest review of the item and how it works, doing live videos with it. As you can see, you guys already probably know how I feel about this pressure cooker, but I will give you all of my categories of how I feel about the different kitchen items and rate them. I just subscribed. I'm glad you were on my recommendations. Oh, thank you so much. Angel Minaj 617, shout out to you. Thank you so much for subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. I am so happy to be sharing this content with you guys. I love doing this. I love showing you guys this content. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys the next live stream. I'm just gonna let this cook. This is just gonna sit here. Thank you again so much. Bye guys. Make sure to subscribe, hit that follow button, like this video. Thank you so much.